Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Tonight I am showing you how to make this cute little gift box for grandkids or kids. It's a little colouring in set. My two wee grandsons are very into PJ masks at the minute, so I thought I would make them a wee set. So inside I put a wee packet of Crayola twistable crayons, the wee PJ masks chocolate bar, which they're going to love, and I also printed off some PJ Masks colouring in and just printed them onto cards. There's about six or so there, I think, of all the wee people out of PJ Masks, all the wee characters. And I just made it just to fit in there perfectly. And it's just a wee, they do a lot of travelling in the car, so it's nice for them to have something to keep them occupied in the back. Crayons won't be too messy, and they can use the board to lean on even, after it. So I put a wee easy strap. I just tucked that in there. Didn't want to cut it open till they're ready to use it. So it's just two wee simple pockets and a wee flip over strap that tucks in there, and I put their name down the front. So this is Sean's, and I want to make one for Tom. So I used old olive card, and the paper is from the Subtles. I just kept it nice and calm, nice calm colour, nothing too bold or out of the way, and I didn't bother putting designer paper on the back simply because I was putting this across it. And I just thought that if you use a 6 by 6 inch piece of card, you'll get the front out of it, and you get two wee strips for the front as well. Now you could stamp something if the child's a bit older, but my wee grandsons are only 5 and 3, so this will do them perfectly. They won't need any more fuss to it. And it's just a wee faux punched buckle effect. It's really simple, like cartoon-like nearly. So I'll show you how to make it if you're interested. First of all, you're going to need a piece of card for the back. Whoops, a daisy. For the back. And it's a piece of piece measuring 8 3/4 by 6 inch. So it's an A4, it started off an A4, I'll zoom out a wee bit, I'm not being able to see everything. It's an A4 sheet, so you will have scraps left over, and you can use the scrap actually for the buckle, the piece that's cut off. But you also need two small ones for the pocket. They measure 5.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches, 2 for the pockets obviously. You're going to need a wee piece for the buckle at the front, to hold the buckle in place, and you need your designer paper, 2 strips, and this. So you're really using that up pretty well. You're not losing out on it much, just a wee squares missing, So it's perfect for using up your scraps or one sheets. I was worried in case I wasn't going to have enough to match it up. So let's get started. We'll start with the base for the back. And you just simply have a couple of scores in this one. And I found if you're using our Stampin' Up scoreboard, it's good to use the fat end of the tool. It doesn't damage your card as much. This is really good card, but I found if you use the skinny end, it sort of breaks it. So go for your fat end of the tool. And anyway, it's scored at 4 inches and 4 3/4. Just like a wee book style. And while we're here, we may as well score the pockets. So score your pocket on 5.5 inch side, scored at 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and right the way over to, my writing's that small I can hardly read it myself, do you know that? 4 3/4 and 5. You just turn your card and do the 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch, and just do that on both of them. So 1/2, 3/4, 4 3/4 and 5. Turn and do your 1/2 inch and 3/4. So we'll leave that for the minute. Let's sort these out. So just do your creases. This is the base of your book. Well, book. It is like a wee book, I suppose. Your wee holder. So now you need to do your pockets. Now for your pockets, we're going to cut out, let's see where my pen is. We're actually cutting all this away on both sides. Okay, so you'll just be left with like a T shape nearly. So we'll do that first. The lighting in here's got very bad. The sky just darkened down, and I have a light above me here, but I don't want to shine it directly on the table or you'll see nothing. It'll just turn it white. There's also a wee tiny fly in the room, which is annoying me no end. Oof. So cut those off and you're left with that shape, and do the same in the other one. Just those 4 small corners out of your way. If I start coughing, you know I've swallowed that fly. So, and then we'll do our folds on this as well. Oh my goodness, that fly is after me for so much. So one of those wee tiny flies to get this time of year, and I just do your head in. And the same with this one. This is making your wee pockets. Just a wee simple pocket. No faffing about. And if you are doing different size stuff, just expand your measurements. It's really simple. It'll be easy for you to adjust. So, as usual, I like to use my wet glue. I know we're shouldn't bloody on them. So just put a wee bit at the top end of those. And just do your folds in. If you actually stick that under there, it gives you a wee allowance, lets you line that up nicely. Same with this side. Oh, really shouldn't use wet glue. Use your tape runner. Get it done. It's farting about. We'll use the tape runner on the other one, see what difference it makes. You're annoying me. Okay, tape runner. Always do that upside down. Let's see if I can prove myself right or wrong. It's just there's no wiggle room in this. That's the only thing, and I need no wiggle room, you see. Come on. Who said this was easy? It's just that narrow, you can hardly get your fingers in to get a good base to push. There, ta-da. So, as usual, I always forget to put on the designer paper. So I have this cut and all to fit the front. So I have to make these two the same. The boys just will argue over things. If one thinks the other one looks better, there will be a fight. So I just like at this age I'll keep them the same. Now we have 2 of these strips here which we could actually put on now too. You could put it on when it's flat to make your life easier. I just got my parcel through there of lovely Christmas stuff I had ordered from Stampin Up, so hopefully the next thing you see will be a Christmas project. So that's that one, and this is the other one. This is just the wee scraps, as I say. You don't have to. If you want it all perfectly matching and lined up, then just cut into another sheet. But because I had two, I have used a lot of the sheets, so no guarantee that I was going to get two the same again. Woo! Goodness. So just line that up as best you can. And that's your pocket. So we can now glue those in place. That one's still not taken, would you believe that? We'll catch it on the down with a, when we're pressing it in. Just line it up with your seam here, and it should fit in there perfectly. And then again use this to give it a bit of effort. Yep. And you want to stay there. I'll do the same with the other one. I haven't made the boys something in a wee while because they've been away on their holidays, so back to normality now. And hopefully they're settled back in. Holidays can wreck the wee ones that just want to stay on holidays and can't understand when mum and dad is to go back to work. Now, that's the basis of that done. So we need to work on our buckle and belt here. So for this, I'll get my wee tiny scoreboard out. If you take it to get a good point, you know, go to 1 1/8. Isn't that right? 1, 2, 3. That should be about there. Just a wee tiny notch. Turn your bit round and go to 1.5 inches and give another wee tiny notch and follow that through if you can. And that just gives me cut marks for cutting up the point. So just follow those up, and that gives you a nice point for your buckle or your belt. And this is going to be a tedious part for you. I want to round off these wee corners. This is the notch that's going to hold everything in place, just to get a bit of a nicer look. And you can do the same on the other tail of your belt. That's just my envelope punch board. So now we need to do all this. And this is going to be the boring part for you. I'll try and do bigger stitches just. But if you do this, it just breaks it up. And you're going to be bored with this, I know rightly. That light is bad, isn't it? Is that any better? You really should do this in the morning, but I just didn't get time this morning. I had a few orders and I had to get them sorted. But it's definitely better late. These white gel pens are great. I have this one, oh, a good few years now. And I only really use it for stitching on coloured card. Nearly there. And do the same on your other wee one. Sorry, you can fast forward through this wee bit here. You know what I'm doing. This one doesn't want to sit still. More haste, less speed. Like, I'm reckoning the right mess of this, but you'll know Take your time and do your own nicely. We also need 2 circles in there at either side, like it's something holding it in. You could of course put 2 brads in to hold it if you fancy doing that. So the only other thing we have to do is sort out where the hole of the buckles is going to be. So we know that's going to go there. And we need to, oh, sugar me timbers, we need to make some holes and be able to draw our buckle in. So if you just hold it, we know that wants to come over to about there. Oh, it's the silver one, sorry. So just line that up where you're going to put it, say about there. So we could put one hole here, and we'll have one at the other side and another one at the end. But for this one, we want to make it look like there is a bit of metal coming out from inside there. You know, the wee metal bit that holds your belt on. And then we're going to have a buckle sort of side that belongs to. So I'm just drawing it with white. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. If you want to be really precise, you could put a wee piece, cut a piece of card. I'm actually colouring this in silver. Really quick and scribbly, just to give you an idea. I'll finish it off before I give it to the child. It's just to give that comic look, like it's a buckle. So just colour that one in too. Not very straight, but you get the idea. Where'd my lid go? So I'm using an old tool I've had for years. If you have a crocodile or something like that, punch yourself out the holes to make it look authentic. And there you have it. So now we just need to work out where to put this on. If I sort of central it to there and gently wrap it round, you'll know now roughly where your markings are, depending on how thick book you've made. So I can see a mark there. Oops, not there, no, there. And one there. So that just helps for the bending of it. Plus, if you take and give that a wee curl, it actually helps it to go inside easier for you to roll around your project. So take this, set it on there, and make sure you have it where you want it. And then on the back of this, just put in some glue. And that'll give it a bit of strength too. So just get that central. Stick it down. Now you know that's going to come right over, so you want to get this. And for this I'm using some dimensionals, but I'm using the wee half ones that are left. Goodness me, that light is dark. Oh, I don't know which is better for you here. Sorry, I'm really sorry about this. I definitely will make a note to do these things in the mornings. So just put 2 of those wee half dimensionals on. And just line that up. Oh, I probably should have filled it, you know, to give it a bit of... So, set that up. If you use the stripes of the paper, it should help you to get it on fairly straight. That should be okay, so that should slip in and out and open up, and you can pop in your wee twistables and have a different wee mask for him and a wee set of colour nibs. I think that's pretty cool. Now we just need to put his wee name on it. So the name was simple. I used this lovely set, Make a Difference. It's just full of alphabets and numbers and wee tiny sayings that they're just perfect for you. So I have a wee bit of white card, and his wee name is Tom. So I'm using the plainer alphabet, not the scripted one, because they wouldn't recognise their own wee name. They just wouldn't. So I'm also stamping it in Old Olive. And I'll try my best not to get it on my project. So just a wee dab. Tea. Very bold, I'm not cleaning this, just popping it back. Kept it long enough. Where's my O? O. And M. This is the time you're glad they've nice wee short names. My own children had ridiculous names, all in Irish, hard to spell. Took up a lot of space. So Patricia has her head screwed on. That's my daughter-in-law. With Sean and Tom. Nice wee plain, quick names. Easy for the children to learn to spell too. And easy for me for projects. So I'm going to just be really bold and pop that in there. I'm sure I'll regret it later. But just take your scissors and cut these, and we'll put your ink away. Just make sure it's dry, don't be spreading it. Now you could measure these up and make sure they're all the same size and whatever. I'm not going to do that, and I'm sure the kid won't mind. So T. And M, that wasn't very straight. I'm just trimming these down. And just using wee mini squares. That don't want to come off. Right. T-O-M. Goodness. Sticking my fingers here. T-O and M. We'll put the O in first. And then we can gauge the other ones off it. There we have it. Two lovely boxes. And stuff in this one. It can flam out when I've shoved it across the room there. That's the only thing. There's no lid on it, so be wary of that. Don't fling it about too much. So there we have it. Two lovely wee boxes for my grandkids, and they're like wee folders nearly for them. Perfect for coming up to school time and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope they enjoy it too. I'll have all the details down below on my blog. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love you to subscribe. I will be back again. Hopefully I have some lovely cute Santas and snowmen to come and I'll hopefully have a wee project for that on Thursday. And thanks for taking time to watch. Bye.